another week of Kids Church. I'm so glad you are here to explore the Christmas story with me over these next few weeks. Our special shout out this week goes to Ben and to Nick and to Henley. Thanks for joining me. I'm glad that you're here and we can have this time together. So we are on the second week of Advent, the second of 4 weeks leading up to Christmas. And let's continue with our story. So you might remember that last week we started our story on the first of Advent, and we started by putting out our storyboard, a beautiful purple cloth that will lead us all the way through the story. And last week we lit our first candle, and we talked about the prophets who lived long before Jesus in a difficult time and who pointed the way towards God and towards a new way of being with God. And our special word last week was hope. And we lit our candle of hope last week as well. The first light on the path towards Christmas. But we have another part of the story to tell this week. So let's find out what is in our story box this week. Let's see. Are you ready? Let's check out our box. Well, here is our next sign. We have our 2 candles, and it looks as though we have a city growing. Let's see if we can set up our own city on our path. The town of Bethlehem. As we remember from our story last week, the prophets were pointing out to Bethlehem and saying that is going to be a really special place. Something incredible is going to happen there. Who else is in here? I have 2 characters. I guess we could imagine that these might be Mary and Joseph. And they're on their way to Bethlehem. It's going to be a long journey. They might need some help along the way. I wonder what our word of the day is this week. Peace. Peace. The story of Mary and Joseph and the message that they would bring to the world and the child that they would bring to the world was about peace. At a time of great difficulty and lots of struggles and people not getting along and really struggling to figure out, where is God in all of this? And Mary and Joseph and their journey is a journey of how peace came and how we were invited to look for peace in a whole new way. There's our word for today. So let's light our second candle on our journey. So our first was the first light in darkness, the light of hope. Our second is the light of peace, to remember that through this long, long journey, we're looking for peace. I wonder where you might find peace today. I wonder how you can help create peace in this journey towards Christmas. Let's have this light in our heart this week to remind us that as we prepare for Christmas, whether it's busy or chaotic or quiet or lonely, there's peace. And we're looking for that peace. And we are called to help create that peace. So our project project this week is to use our future-looking glasses and look ahead into the story where we find out that after that long journey that Mary and Joseph take towards Bethlehem, they end up not being able to find a place that is comfortable and at home for them, so they end up in a stable. And what we're going to create for our project today is that stable scene. Now, if you were able to drop by the church and get a craft package, then you were able to find this project in a bag. But if not, I have this printout available for you, and you can print it off yourself and do this yourself at home. I will leave the link below where you can get this to print off. The other thing that you would have gotten was a piece of cardboard where we're going to glue our stable onto. But if you weren't able to get the package, this is another great way to create our backing. So you're going to find an old pizza box, cereal box, some kind of stiff cardboard, and we're going to put our stable on it. And then we want to cut a big long rectangle out of the cardboard that is just a little bit bigger, maybe by a finger's length bigger than the stable all the way around. And that way we can do some folding so that we can hold up our stable. So I'm going to let you get that stuff ready. You need some cardboard, you might need some scissors, you'll need your project package, or you'll need to go print that off so you can join me, and let's get creating our stable project. Here we go. So you can see here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my stable on my piece of cardboard. I'm going to cut along here, along the bottom, and I'm going to trim over here and the top. So I'm just going to, there we go. So I've trimmed it, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to score it, which means I'm going to put the ruler down. I'm going to grab a pair of scissors, and gently I'm just going to drag those scissors along there. You might want an adult to help you with this. It's not going to go all the way through, it's just scoring the cardboard, so it's easier for me to bend the cardboard there. And I'm going to do that on the other side as well. So again, using my ruler, so it's a nice straight line. I'm just going to score down through the cardboard, which will make it easier for me to fold. And then that way, I can have my cardboard stand up on the ground like that. So now the next part, this is all done, and if you got the package, you already have that done, so that is great. I'm going to put that cardboard aside now. The next thing we're going to do is grab our pages for our project, and you'll see there's one here that has the stable with the dots around it, and you're going to cut around that, and then it will look like this. So I'm going to use this one here that I've already cut out, and I'm going to color it in. I guess we're going to have some brown colors maybe to make it look like a stable. Or you could use any color you like. Maybe it's a rainbow stable. This is where you can make it your own, have some fun, and let's color in our stable. I finished coloring in my stable. I wonder, how did you make yours unique? Did you add anything in to make it really special? Well, now that this is done, I can glue it onto the back, my backing here, because now this will be easier to glue on once it's already colored. So I'm going to grab my glue stick, and I'm going to put some glue on the back so that it gets nice and sticky. I'm going to go around the edges first, and that will help to keep the edges down. And then I can put a little bit in the middle as well, so we don't get any bubbles. And then we'll put that over, and I'm going to line up the bottom with the bottom of the cardboard. and try and line it up in the middle as best I can. There we go, and there is my stable on my piece of cardboard, just like so. So it has the feet that will help to keep it standing up like this, and there's my stable. Well, this is the end destination for Mary and Joseph. You'll notice in your package you also have some other pieces of paper. We have some characters. There's Mary and a couple of angels, and there's Joseph, and we have some shepherds, and we have the baby Jesus. Now, we're not quite here yet, so I might just get Mary and Joseph. I'm thinking I'm going to cut those two out and color them, and I might put them in my stable for this week. But I might hold off on some of the other characters. Let's get these two colored. Okay, I've colored in my Mary and my Joseph, and remembering, of course, that they lived near Bethlehem and a long, long time ago, I tried to choose my colors to reflect what part of the world they lived in and what time period they lived in. But you can make these characters any way that you like. Maybe you want to add some patterns to their clothes or add other stuff. Whatever you want to do to make your Mary and Joseph come alive for you. Now I'm going to cut them out, and I'm going to pay special attention to making sure I cut these extra little bits out here, these extra little rectangles, because those are going to help me to attach them to my stable later. So let's cut these two characters out. You know what I just realized though? I have Mary and Joseph, and we know that they're traveling to Bethlehem, and we know that they're on a journey, and that they know their journey is important. But how do they know that their journey is important? We missed a part of the story, and that's in the story, we're told that both Mary and Joseph were visited by an angel or a messenger from God that let them know that they were bringing peace into the world in some special way. So I think we need to color in one of our angels as well and make sure that we get them in our stable for this week too, because that's an important part of our story this week that we totally missed. Okay, there we go. That's better. Now we have Mary and Joseph. We have their messenger, who was an angel in the story. And isn't it interesting that last week's story was about messengers too? They were prophets, people who lived before Mary and Joseph, and who told people before Mary and Joseph were alive about God coming to the world and God existing in the world. And in the story of Mary and Joseph, we have another messenger. We have an angel messenger. Lots of messengers in this story, but people delivering the word of God to the people around them. Well, okay, now we're going to take these. We're going to fold our tabs. So we do one fold on the first line and one fold on the second, like that. So it should create, almost looks like a C. There we go. So we have the drawing, and then we have that part there, and we have it go like that. Let's see if I put it, it's really hard to see here, isn't it? There we go. See, just like that. And we'll take the second tab. One fold and two folds, just along the dotted lines. And one fold and two. And I'm going to do that with my Mary and Joseph with their tabs too, so that we end up with these little tabs. 1, 2, 3. Okay, all my characters have their tabs folded. And you can see if you put them on the ground now with their tabs folded that they kind of stick up from the ground. So that will help to make them a little bit more 3D in our stable. Here we go. We're going to bring the stable back, grab our glue stick, and now we get to put our characters into our scene. So they can go wherever you think they should go. I'm going to glue mine in. But you know, you could also just tape them and then you could move them wherever you want as the weeks go by. There, I'm going to put my angel up here because I think with wings, the angel wants to be up in the air, maybe. There we go. One angel messenger glued into the stable. Here comes Mary. And Joseph and the Angel, and that's where we're going to stop today on our project. Now, you can keep going, but that's where I'm going to stop because the rest of the characters, they come into the story a little bit later. So I'm just going to stop with these three that we've already been introduced to. Well, my friends, here is the start of our stable project. And I'm going to work on this throughout the next few weeks as we lead towards Christmas, adding new characters and new things to the scenery as we go. If you were able to pick up a package, you know that there are some stickers in there as well that you can add to your scenery. There's extra coloring and other things. But how are you going to make this stable your own? What might you add to it so that you feel like maybe you are in that stable too? At the end of the day, we are part of the story as well. Even though this is an ancient story from long ago, we can find ourselves in these characters sometimes. I wonder if you ever feel like the messenger, somebody who really has to tell other people about maybe where to find love or peace or friendship. Maybe sometimes you feel like Mary or Joseph, traveling down an unknown road and hoping and believing that you have something to bring to the world. I wonder which characters you relate to. Well, we'll keep exploring and you keep working on your stable and putting that together over the next few weeks. Until we meet again, my friends, let's do our blessing. May you have love in your heart to give. May you have joy in your heart to share. And may you have strength in your heart to lift others up. See you later, my friends. Bye.